Who wants to hear some more awesome 2019 music? If that's you, you're in the right place right now. Hello everybody, welcome to Josh Dell'Aria's Musical Escapades. My name's Josh Dell'Aria, I'm your host, and as you all know, if you've been watching me for a little while, I've been pointing out repeatedly that I've been going to a lot of indie blogs and magazines and different websites that I can find to try to find some awesome unknown music for you guys. And I found this one website called Indie Is Not a Genre. They have tons and tons and tons of music that's been released this year featured on their website, and most of it, I have to be honest, has been pretty crappy, so I would not recommend a lot of it, but I did find this one that is really, really good. So this is a British band out of London called the Yacht Club, and they released an album earlier this year with a really long title. It's called The Last Words That You Said to Me Have Kept Me Here and Safe. And they write a lot about mental health issues, and in this particular album they wrote about the death of, I forget if it was just one friend or a couple of friends that they had pass away. And it's really challenging to write about stuff like that because you have to make it sound both authentic and interesting, and it's really hard to do that with issues that kind of get you depressed. So I got their song In Amber from their new album right away when I first heard about them, and I've been listening to it for the last couple months, and I guess it was probably a few weeks ago that I was like, why didn't I feature them? I probably should have featured them quite a while ago because I knew there were plenty of interesting things that they did in the song. So once I made that decision, I decided to go and listen to their full album on Bandcamp to give me even more of a semblance of what the band sounds like and kind of the common threads through the band. And I just could not stop listening to that album. It was just phenomenal. I was just engaged thoroughly the entire time. So it was really a pleasure to listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and play the song for you guys, and I'm sure you guys will probably enjoy it just as much as I have. Yeah, you can kind of hear just a lot of kind of neat and interesting things that they do in this song, and that's probably mainly what I'm going to focus on in this review. So, the first thing I wanted to go over was this guitar riff, and to me, this is actually not really all that easy. Yeah, particularly that lower guitar part, I think, has some really difficult things. Like, it has a lot of hammer-ons and slides and things like that. Those aren't really hard to learn, but they're hard to make sound really good. And so, be able to do that and perfect it, and especially also at the speed they're playing at in this song is not easy. It definitely takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. So it's definitely something that I got to give these guys credit for. Another thing that I think the Yacht Club does an excellent job of is reining in the instruments in certain instances. And I think that this really allows them to get their voices to shine and gives the song kind of a lot of breaks to help kind of even things out a little bit. So I'll go ahead and play one of them here. This is in the first verse, right when the lead singer starts singing here.
I wish I could borrow how I felt at 16.
Yeah, so you can hear the drums kind of backing off a little bit there from where they were at the beginning of the song, kind of allowing more space for that lead singer there. I'm going to play another one here from the second verse, kind of an unexpected one. Yeah, I think that's not really a common place to like quiet the instruments. It's probably typically where you would probably have the instruments get louder. But I like it here because again, kind of throw your listener off a little bit and kind of pull them in a little bit more by doing that sort of unpredictable thing. And then there's one more here going into the bridge. Yeah, and then they start the harmonics and the guitar, which I'll come back to later on. But yeah, I mean, just those kinds of parts just kind of help you it helps your mind kind of like separate things in a little bit of a way. And I think it kind of helps you compartmentalize different parts of the song. So I think it's another really great thing that the Yacht Club has done here is to be able to give some space with their instruments. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn to the chorus, and I believe it's Marcus Guda doing the lead vocals on this, so I want to turn your attention to him, and particularly his phrasing in this song.
I miss you so much, but I don't wish that you were here. When things aren't how I hope they'd stay, our golden years in amber they remain.
So can you guys kind of hear how they're like kind of shaping their words a little bit? It's kind of hard to explain, but what they're doing is they're actually kind of getting just a smidge either quieter or louder as they pass on through a word, or some of the words I should say, in the chorus. And what that does is it actually makes the sound more natural, because when we talk, we don't necessarily stress every consonant and every vowel in our words the exact same amount, right? We don't say it's, we say it's. So, we stress a little bit more of that S and the I, and so that's kind of the idea that you want to have in music, that you want to make sure you stress them like they would normally be stressed in speech. You guys know I did a video about writing the way you talk, and that's kind of the thing that you want to gear yourself toward, is be able to perform music in a similar way to the way we speak, because that's essentially what we're trying to capture. The other thing that's important here is their structure. So one of the things that the Yacht Club did around the second chorus and the third chorus is they made things a little bit different. They added a couple of different lines in and around the chorus, and this is what they do actually as kind of a precursor / a little bit of a substitute for the first half of the second chorus. So they do that instead of the "I miss you all so much, but I don't wish you all were here." And then they go on and say there, when things aren't how I'd hope they'd stay, our golden years in amber they remain, as they did in the first iteration of the chorus. And then right after that, they do this.
As the years bleed into one, it seems to me we can so often count on one hand how much this changes me.
Yeah, and so on and so forth. And then in the third chorus, they do something else.
It's way past midnight and in the road we both lie. We're not scared for our lives and we live as if we'll never die.
Yeah, so all those little add-ons and stuff like that create a lot of unpredictability. And what it actually did for me, and I don't know if it did for you guys, but it actually kind of made it hard for me to pinpoint the chorus in a lot of ways, because it was different every time. So I actually really like that, and I thought it was really cool for them to do that and bring a lot more variety to the song so that you can kind of keep me on my toes a little bit. Alright, so in the bridge, the band is actually using something called harmonics, and they make this sound. So what they're actually doing here is if you hold your finger over a particular fret on the guitar, and I'll try to show it down here. Let's see if I can get my finger in the right spot here. So if you hold your finger kind of lightly over a fret like this, particular ones on the guitar, it'll make a sound like this. Pretty neat, huh? And if you hold it over a different fret, but you play, or if you hold your left finger over a different fret, but you play with your right finger another couple of frets above that, you can make a similar sound. I'm trying to remember how it's played, but I think you have to play it with your right hand. So I have my left hand on my second fret, and I'm 2 frets above the 12th in this case. You can make a similar sound like that. So you can play it depending on however you do it either way. I'm kind of surprised there aren't more musicians who use these types of things, because they sound really interesting, and it creates something kind of cool without a whole lot of extra effort. If you're playing it on the particular frets where they just sound naturally and you don't have to worry about putting your left hand down, it's really, really easy. I think it's the 5th, 7th, and 12th frets. I think there are others too. I think the 2nd fret will make some very, very high-pitched ones. I don't know how much they're actually putting in there, but I actually think it's a really cool idea, and it makes a really fantastic sound. I'm not going to try to replicate it because I'm not entirely sure where they're playing all those particular harmonics, but it is very interesting. I again wish that more musicians would do it. And then also the drums at the end of this bridge, the way they have them kind of set up. Go ahead and listen to this, because you'll hear the execution done so well.
I leave with second, third, 4 thoughts.
Yeah, perfect timing there with those last couple of drum beats, and I think that was just awesome. Just again, it's another way of them showing me that they can land everything perfectly timed as it's supposed to be. Okay, and the last thing I have to point out is some of these lyrics, and I think in particular in these add-ons that they put in post-chorus, the second and third iteration, as I had mentioned beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and play those again, and I do want you to go ahead and listen to these lyrics here and just see how powerful they are.
As the years bleed into one, it seems to me we can so often count on one hand how much this changes me. It's way past midnight and in the road we both lie. We're not scared for our lives and we live as if we'll never die.
Yeah, I don't think those need any explanation. You can tell just how powerful they are just by listening to them. it's just, when you think about it, it just kind of like it dawns on you just how true those lyrics are and how much those have meaning in our lives, and we don't really think about that every day. So yeah, I mean, I definitely had to make sure I pointed that out to you guys because it's important. So since this is a 2019 song, I will go ahead and give you guys my idea of whether or not I think this song is going to get nominated for the top 20, and my answer to that question is yes. In fact, I would also not be surprised to see this one in the running for the #1 song. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking about this song this way until I'm actually, like, right now as I'm making this review, but as I keep thinking about it more and more, kind of like it really does have all the parts kind of put together really, really well. And they're so well executed that it just makes the song really stand out. And for the material that they're writing about, to me, it just sounds like I ought to give this song an opportunity to go for that #1 spot. Obviously, there's no guarantee that it's going to get there, because I don't know, as I've mentioned to you guys plenty of times, I don't know how my top 20 is going to shake out until I actually go and put it together. I never try to put it together before. I really never try to put it together before right at the end of that year. And so you never know, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this song be way up in the top 20. Alright, that's all I have on this song, guys. I do want to give the band a big thank you for the Yacht Club, especially to Marcus Buda for allowing me to use the music and the photos in here, and obviously thank you to all you guys as well for watching. If you guys want to go and check out the Yacht Club, you can go and check them out at yachtclub.bandcamp.com. That's their Bandcamp site. As always, I'll list their social media sites down in the description below as well. And as you can all tell, I'm getting super stoked about the top 20 at this point. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be on there, but if your favorite musician doesn't get nominated, it could possibly be because I don't know they exist. And so in order to make sure that I know that they exist and that they have music out this year, I need you guys to do me a favor and go ahead and tell me the band, so that I know I can go and look for them and try to find some of their music. And you never know, they could get featured on a future show here. There's 3 ways to get in touch with me. One way is you can email me at joshdell'ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/joshdmusicalescapades, or you can leave a comment in the comments below. And just mention to me the band's name, obviously, and a little bit about them, why you like them. Thank you all again for watching, and until next time, go make great music, everybody.